Use the referral link in the description to g2a.com for all of your Xbox codes, PlayStation codes and video games, and be sure to use the code CHES at checkout to get yourself 3% cash back. Hey guys, welcome to episode number 4 of Season 2 here at Fulham. We are still in the transfer window, although we should be ending it today, provided that no further games are arranged between now and the end of the window. Still waiting for a Carabao Cup game to be drawn, but nothing confirmed as of yet. We've Everton and their newly promoted Derby to play today, but we will start with this transfer offer for Tim Ream that has just come in from Empoli. I am wanting to move Tim Ream on. He's not played for me more so than like twice, and to be fair, if they offer more than they do, I'm just going to accept the million. I'll get him out the door. I have the squad depth to be able to cope without the loss, and an extra couple £100 isn't going to make any difference. We'll take that money on board, and hopefully Tim Ream will leave in the foreseeable future, perhaps before the Derby game or even now. Oh, transfer for Tom Kearney. I shall reject that. Tom's going nowhere. He's one of my current starting midfielders, although Jensen Fernandez has been putting in a shout to maybe be starting ahead of him. We'll have to wait and see if Kearney can actually... Oh, that's a big signing. 25.1 million for Watford for Rodrigo. Rodrigo was... Oh, Miriam Platt. These are the biggest transfer deals in this window so far. These are the latest ones. Otamendi to Juventus, Trent Alexander-Arnold to Real Madrid, and Etebo to Leeds. Leo Baptistão to Tottenham, Julian Weigl to West Ham, who have also signed Mehdi Benatia in this window as well. So they're doing bits, West Ham. And Miralem Pjanic from Juve to Barcelona. And as you can see, Rodrigo to Watford. Rodrigo signed for Burnley in the Southampton save and was always pain in my backside. So we'll wait and see what happens. They're talking about Kenny. He's not going to go anywhere though. I'm not going to sell him. Right, game 1 of the new league season. Everton can probably play in their home kit, to be honest, can't they? Now, it's going to be a debut for Zambo Anguissa and official debut for Andre Schürrle, although obviously he's played in pre-season. Fosu will start on the bench. And I'm training Varnier. I'm going to leave Varnier in at centre-back ahead of Thomas Callas and or Alfie Mawson, who have both actually grown this window, interestingly, or this season so far already, which is good news. Leao on the bench. I'm going to put Aite or Cabano. I'm going to leave Cabano on the bench, although Aite can have an impact, but we'll see if Cabano can do so. If Cabano isn't able to be impactful from the bench, then I will switch that out and put Aite on the bench. But centre-back, right-back, who can also play at CDM or centre-back, and a wing-back, CDM, winger, striker. That makes sense. And then, yeah, I think we're at decent strength. Let's see if we can finish in the top 5 this season. I would love a UEFA Cup spot. Wow, that's old school. I'd love a Europa League spot, if possible. We've been in great form in pre-season, actually brilliant form. Let's see if we can actually translate that into domestic Premier League form, although it's raining on the opening day. Drop the video a like if you enjoy. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any further content, and we'll crack on with this game against Everton. Right, Jordan Pickford starting in goal for Everton. Sergio Roberto, Jagielka, Keane and Shaw at left back. 2 in midfield, Idris Gana Gay and Morgan Schneiderlin, and then their front 3, Balassi, Kieran Dowell and Gylfi. And up top, Tosun. We played Everton towards the end of last season, and they beat me. So let's see if we can get a win this time. Here's Tosun. Oh, that's dropped the shoulder nicely, actually. It's going to cause me problems. And I've missed the tackle there too. And check Tosun. Yeah. So Premier League football is different to pre-season, isn't it? Cenk Tosun ripped me apart there. I couldn't get near him. Went for a tackle just here and missed it, and then couldn't close him down with Cyrus Kusi before he pulled the trigger. Right, welcome back to Premier League, Chez. 1-0 Everton. Good header by Anguissa. That's where he's going to come in handy. Catrone, lay that in front there. Seri, burst one way, go the other. Good save by Pickford. Oh, I had to shoot with Schürrle first time as Pickford wasn't quite back in position, but he was still able to make the save. Couldn't quite squeeze it right next to the post. Didn't really have the angle for it, but had to go for it. I couldn't really not in a situation like that. Schneiderlin outmuscles Zambo Anguissa, which is going to be a rare occurrence this season. Anguissa with like 88 strength, 85 stamina. It's going to be a midfield workhorse in there at CDM. The Marchand getting involved defensively from centre-back, having drawn himself a little bit further forward out of position to intercept. Christie into Schürrle. Some one way than the other. Lovely ball to Catrone, who will dart back inside. I'm going to need some support. It's arriving. Here's Seri. Oh, tackled by Balassi before I can get my second touch in. He's just going to try and twist away from him there. That's a lovely ball through, looking for Cenk Tosun. He's done brilliantly to turn inside me there. I've got a man to wait for, watch for. Oh, he's gone the wrong way. There was a man free on this near side, and he neglected to play the extra pass. He went to play the 1-2. Mistake from Everton in the front line. I perhaps should be 2-0 down, but I'm not. Schürrle. Tried to squeeze that through. I've been lucky with the break. And Seri's arriving, but I'm not going to be able to get it to him. Get it to Andre Schürrle here, though. Schürrle! Oh, can't keep his shot down. End-to-end stuff here in the Premier League. Dowell.
Was good progress with this attack.
Just to thread it through, but we've picked it off. Seri, forward to Catrone, needs to hold it up. Has done so well. Kenny now needs support, which isn't actually that forthcoming. Everton been difficult to break down in this game so far. Trying to pick my way through, get it out to Ryan Sessegnon. Could pull that back to a teammate. Oh, there's Schürrle, takes it under control but can't get his shot off. Kearney, no, it was supposed to go to Anguissa, not towards Catrone. He went for the back heel and a simple side foot pass. Actually, in the direction I aimed the stick would have been preferable. I'm struggles here against Everton. Perhaps we got a little bit complacent in pre-season. Certainly going to have to raise our game for the second half here. Oh, it's a lovely through ball by Tosun. Oh, and they hit the post, and Kieran Dowell's there, and we certainly are going to have to raise our game because now we need 2 goals. Seri. Oh, terrible pass looking for Catrone. Talking about someone at Porto transferring, but I don't really care about that right now. I'm trying to get myself back into this game here at home against Everton. I don't want to lose on the opening day of the Premier League season. That's exactly what Fulham did in real life, obviously, with a 2-0 defeat, as it happens, scoreline-wise, to Crystal Palace at Craven Cottage. Oh, it's a good challenge. Get up, Catrone. At least he'll get to the loose ball. Very well timed by the defender. There's Kearney. I'm going to smack it. It's not Kearney, it's Brian. There's Kearney. Smack it across to Cyrus Christie. Around the corner there to Andre Schürrle. Pull that back. And Kearney can't shoot as Balassi, of all people, is back there to make the challenge at the last moment as I'm about to pull the trigger. 25 minutes to go. And we have not been very good here. That's a foul on Gylfi Sigurdsson. Absolutely murdered the guy. Lovely through ball, but their advantage isn't taken advantage of. But then I've just given them possession back again. Great. So soon, out wide to Yannick Balassi. Driving forward, wait for the cutback. There it is. Still not able to get possession. Sergi Roberto could cross. 3 people around him, now just the 2. To Drissa. Come on, boys. Let's not take the piss, shall we? I know you're 2-0 up, but don't start showboating with me. Sergi Roberto. Inside, down the line nicely to Yannick Balassi. Inside to Dowell, 3-0. That whole move was brilliant. Premier League's back, and on this performance, I'm not up to standard. Nice tackle by Brian. Somehow Yannick Balassi keeps hold of possession. And out wide here to Sergi Roberto, into the middle to Kieran Dowell. Please don't score 4. Oh, I don't know what's going on in this one. I felt in great form so far this season. I get some of my key players back from the World Cup, and all of a sudden, we're not playing very well, and we're 3-0 down at home, the opening day of the Premier League. I don't really know where I've gone wrong either. I just haven't been able to break Everton down. I guess that's the issue. I've not been creative enough. We were scoring a lot of goals in pre-season, and I just haven't had the chances in this one that I've been creating in those non-competitive games. But as we mentioned in the game against Hoffenheim yesterday, actually, we had to remember that we weren't playing the best of opposition in that pre-season tournament, and that when it comes to the Premier League season, it will be more difficult. Pickford gets to that frustratingly. Sessegnon into Jean-Michel Seri. Oh, and that would have been a beautiful through ball, but in pre-season that might well have found its way through. Here in this competitive environment, it just isn't. Sessegnon gets the ball, crosses it in, and it's woeful, and out for a goal kick. Yeah, that sums up this game. Change for Everton in the offing. I haven't made any substitutions in this game. Maybe that's half the reason. Perhaps I should have brought on some fresh legs, but hopefully we'll do better against Derby. To be fair, Everton had a very good season last year. They finished 5th and are in Europe this season in the save. So, and they've a very strong team as well, to be fair. Players like Luke Shaw and Sergi Roberto at wing back. Very physical midfield. I just didn't create enough chances there. It'll be Derby next, and hopefully against the newly promoted side we should do a little bit better. Not the start to the season we were after, at least in game 1 anyway. Rather frustratingly, transfer talks are broken down between Tim Ream and Empoli, and he won't be leaving. Ibrahima Cisse had an offer in for him from Bournemouth that I shall be rejecting. First time anyone's been interested in Cisse. He did play well towards the end of last season, but I'm hoping Anguissa will perform just as well, if not slightly better, once they get used to how he plays in my midfield. West Ham have made another signing, Fernando Fonseca, the guy they've brought in. Has the Carabao Cup been drawn? It has. We've got Wolves there on the 29th. So we'll play Derby. That'll be the last episode, or last game of the episode, sorry. And then tomorrow we'll play Wolves and end the transfer window and probably play Liverpool as well, unless nothing much happens with regards, or less stuff happens, sorry, with regards to transfers. Right, this is an awkward one. No, that should be alright. That should be okay, just reversed. Well, we'll give it a go. I'll start the same 11 and see if they can actually perform. If not, I might make some changes for the next couple of games. I'll certainly make changes for the Carabao Cup game at the very least. Scott Carson in goal for Derby. Andre Wisdom at right back. Davis, Pearson, Olsen round out their back four. Also, it looks like they're playing a 4-2-3-1 with George Thorne and Tom Huddleston at centre mid. Yosef Zoud, Palmer and Lawrence is their midfield three behind Cameron Jerome at striker. Quite how that team made it out of the Championship, I'm not sure, but we'll see if they can actually do anything in the Premier League. That squad kind of has a similar feel to it to Cardiff's, and Cardiff got relegated from the Premier League, finishing bottom and not doing very well at all last season. And judging by this Derby team, I would expect them to suffer the same fate. Although time will tell, of course. In before, because I lost to Everton in such terrible fashion, they now go and beat me as well. We'll find out. Nice tackle by Brian. Kearney inside there to Brian. Kearney to Catrone. Bit of footwork. Oh, that's worked beautifully. Catrone. No, I shouldn't have taken the extra turn. I wanted to make sure I got on his right foot. And perhaps should have shot with his left. Although if I'd have shot with his left and then missed, I'd have been frustrated that I hadn't at least tried to move on to his strong foot. So it's kind of a 6-1, half dozen of the other situation. You're not really too sure which way to try and do it. Shirley could get to that, but Olsen has done well. I always get confused whether it's Martin or Marcus. It's one place for Norwich, one place for Derby. I always get the two mixed up. It's a decent corner, but finds Andre Schürrle actually, and he this time tucks it away. Rather fortunate with the way that it fell to his feet. I tried to go for the header, and then a follow-up shot that also got blocked or miskicked. And then on his left foot, he tried again. Header drops at his feet, and then there, slightly... Oh, actually, was it a defender's leg that flew at it? We'll find. Yeah, no, he's actually spun, and then on his instep of his left foot, tucked it away. Andre Schürrle's first goal for the club. 1-0 Fulham after 15 minutes. That's more like it. Brian with the throw. Ryan Sessegnon. Cross early. Oh, and Catrone's there. It's Kearney, in fact, with a header. I might have been able to bring that down as it happened, but I wasn't too confident that I'd be able to get to the ball if I did bring it down, or wasn't too confident this touch was actually going to be good enough to have the chance in the first place. Seri to Anguissa to Catrone. Into Kearney. I was hoping Catrone would keep that run going, and he hasn't, and as such, kind of lost any space and advantage I had from that move. Session will get it back to Kearney, quickly across to Seri, around the corner looking for Schürrle, but I think he was offside, and regardless, the pass didn't reach him. Wonderful. Well, our 1-0 lead is still intact, but I'm not exactly threatening too much to extend it. I've had a lot of the ball, I just haven't really done anything with it. Didn't really do anything with it against Everton either. At least we've already got the one goal and currently got the lead against Derby as things are. They might be about to equalise here if Cameron Jerome can find a teammate, but Rossi's going to deny him that because he's punched that very well. Trying to get Catrone to run towards that, and eventually he does. Sessegnon. Oh, that's really nicely done. Lovely drop of the shoulder. We'll get it into Catrone. Sessegnon is still there, so we'll play him in again. Andre Wisdom trying to close me down. Ryan Sessegnon doing brilliantly. We'll turn inside. We'll float the ball to the back post, and Schürrle misses it. Both the defender and Andre Schürrle caught underneath the ball, not able to turn that home for a second. Oh, he's giving that straight to me. Thanks, mate. I don't know what's going on there. Catrone drops his shoulder. He scored from outside the box. Oh, in almost exactly the same fashion in pre-season. Smacking it off the post. Getting a big, thick chunk of the post, but it went across the line and into the side netting that time. Very similar technique, very similar position, very similar outcome. However, it wasn't exactly the same because it went about 6 inches outside the post and the far side netting rather than 6 inches inside the post. That's frustrating. That would have been a great way to go in at half-time with a 2-0 lead, which is exactly what Everton did in the last game. We aren't able to replicate it, but we could start the second half by going 2-0 up. But Scott Carson has something to say about that. Good save. Right, Jean-Michel Seri delivers the ball underneath this. Three Derby players all got in each other's way there. Thankfully, Joe Bryan's got the pace to get to the loose ball, and we might yet be able to create something else. Squeeze it through to Seri. There's Andre Schürrle. Drop with the shoulder didn't send the defender. The turn did. Andre Schürrle, there's the second. Yes, Andre! Didn't do much for me in pre-season, but when it matters in the Premier League, other than the Everton game, he stepped up to the plate and gotten us 2 goals here to almost certainly now give us victory against Derby. And Gisa through to Kearney, nicely done. Drop the shoulder, look to send Catrone through. Try a step over. Oh, I don't know what the defender did there. Oh, what a save by Carson. I think he thought I was going to turn sharply, and I didn't. The step over might have fooled him, actually. Can we win this header? And Gisa's up, but he unfortunately has headed wide. We've had 60% possession in this game, and it tells. Zun in behind, not catching him. How quick does he want to be? He's got people at the back post to aim for, and he's just taken far too long. He's somehow been able to find a teammate still, even though there's 3 people around him. And they have one back, Derby. Game on. Down the line into Davis. Bryan tackles. Sessegnon inside. Here's Catrone. He's gone again, actually, Sessegnon. Oh, not been able to turn. And now I'm in trouble. I don't know where my wing-backs have gone, but it's 2v2 back here. Now 3v3, and Josef Su strikes and hits the side netting only. Where had my full-backs gone? They just disappeared. I'm making a couple of changes. Oh, dearie me. I was in real trouble there. They left me in the lurch a little bit. Leao's done brilliantly to win the header, but unfortunately only finds Olsen. Jetson Fernandez and Rafael Leao have come on here. And I'm under pressure here from Derby now. At the very end of this game, thankfully Bryan has stepped in there, and that might be the interception that keeps us in front. That's a foul, please, ref. Oh, he put his whistle to his mouth, but then didn't actually blow. Curtis Davis into the box, fires straight down the throat of the keeper. I'm getting worried now. Derby just keep pressing and pressing and pressing. Jetson back to Anguissa. To Jetson Fernandez again. We'll go to Schürrle. But he's tackled. Derby have suddenly become unplayable in the past 15 in-game minutes. Curtis Davis pushed forward. They're on all-out attack. He was going to for this and could only punch. Curtis Davis into the box again. Lamarchand heads away. Bryson. Craig Bryson finds Lawrence. Oh, and Jetson Fernandez is in the way. We do get the victory, but that was scary at the end. It was in doubt. Well, we are going to have to step things up for the remainder of the season from there. We were convincing for the first hour and then just kind of trailed off. Again, I made substitutions late. Perhaps I need to start doing that earlier. Regardless, we're off the bottom of the table now at the very least, because I was rock bottom after that first game. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any further content. We will end the transfer window tomorrow with the game against Wolves and probably the game against Liverpool as well. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.